G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Day's Voting video on YouTube. I'm going to go out to the garden and then we're going to be straightforward having a look at what plants have I been growing. Straight enough, I'm actually in the middle of the toilet taking a bit of a dump. I'm not going to show you what's there because obviously I'll be demonetized if I showed you poop. Who knows? I think people are going to be absolutely embarrassed of what I show on YouTube. And I tell you what, people are going to get really cranky of what I show here. Right, have I got any more stuff? Just be right back. I'll be having my head crouched down, obviously, somehow, and nothing's going wrong by the looks of all things. I'm just taking a dump at the toilet. I think hopefully everything's all gone now. Everything's all better. I think everything's alright. Going by the looks of everything, there's nothing. But I can flush the toilet. Oh yes. All that yucky stuff is gone, I tell you what. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and wash my hands. And hopefully, I am going to straightforward start kicking off my garden tour. And I might show you what's been going on throughout the rest of my garden. Throughout, let's just say, well, a couple of days' time. I feel like I haven't done any. It's crazy as it sounds. I feel like I haven't done any of that. As weird as it sounds, why do I feel like I'm popping my head? When I'm like cleaning up my pans and whatnot. Right, anyways, it's time for me to go ahead and head outside to the backyard garden. And I might also do a bit of a, how would you say it? Might as well just show you a bit of a brain teaser what's going to come from tomorrow. Okay, this is a very totally different intro. Because normally I don't often associate with me going to the backyard garden after going up towards the toilet. I don't usually associate my interests having toilet thingies and whatnot. We did have a bit of rain, strangely enough. It was going to be stating that we were going to have, you know, such very dry water. But actually, no, look how much wet water. Can we just see? There's a lot of rain water that you can see here, eh? There's the middles here actually overtaking here. We've got a whoppingly massive nasturtium plant that has just grown some very giant looking leaves. And interestingly, if you look at the nasturtiums, you can actually see all of the flowers there. But what you may have noticed about the flowers there is that when they start wilting or when they start dying out, they form into those, what you call them, seed clusters. And that's highly looking like, hey, that's a fairly fantastic thing to see. A lot of like seed clusters, which is quite nice to see. You can deadhead the flowers to prolong the periodic, how do you call it, event of flowering. There's a lot of bees flying around here, and actually, we've got lots of nasturtiums. They've actually been dealing so well with the heat last week. Oh no, I can't believe it. And there's all of my knockoff stuff here that I've just smashed up. I'm going to smash the helicopter on that special vlog on the 21st. It's crazy, isn't it? Because honestly, I've been seeing lots of knockoffs recently in charity shops, and I don't know what's going on. And I might talk about why I go to charity shops and why am I seeing lots of knockoff stuff around here on the floor here. It's crazy, isn't it? That looks like the mantelpiece of Lightning McQueen, isn't it? Not that great. But anyways, I'm going to show you what's also there. We've got a big zinnia flower, which has almost started to die off. There's also a sunflower plant, which has also been nicely growing so far, right? And actually I can start to see some very interesting changes. I can start to see a very merry mix of flowers. We can see red, scarlet red, and yellowishy orangey looking flowers of nasturtiums, and there's also creamy orangey looking ones, of course. We've got the zinnias right here, and strangely enough, we've got a red zinnia, which has actually started to flower, and we've also got a pink one right there, and there's another hot pink one right there, another red one. And let's take a look at the tomato plants, because this is actually quite very interesting. Since we're actually going up towards autumn time, I can actually start to see yellow bits, like there's actually some, what do you call them, yellow flowers. I don't think they're going to really survive, but I might be totally wrong. It depends on how much hot sun we might need. I think the hotter the sun, the more likely and ripe and juicy the tomatoes are. And alongside the tomatoes, we've also got more zinnias. There's hot pink ones right there. There's actually quite a much more pinkish looking flower, isn't it? Lots of bees flying around to collect the nasturtium pollens and whatnot. There's some wasps here as well. Actually, I've never seen that many carder bees. I thought these bees were quite solitary. But nevertheless, we are starting to see a lot of bees coming in towards flowers and whatnot. And then we've also got some cosmos. As you can see, there's actually quite a lot of cosmoses starting to wilt away and actually becoming seed heads. Strange enough, I'd highly suggest, hey, make more of these videos. And then that's it. There's actually quite a lot of this stuff. As you can see, there's actually quite a lot of like cosmos plants here. This one here hasn't been flowering. As sad as it sounds, this one has got no flowers. Same with this one right here. But luckily enough, we've got this big cosmos looking plant. And I think I've actually achieved so much of what I've grown here. Fantastic plants that I've just grown somehow. We've got another zinnia plant that has also got a pink flower. And I can also see some sunflower seedlings, I think. I don't know how much they're going to grow. We've got more nasturtiums, another zinnia plant. And as you can see, we've actually got a nasturtium plant that has actually been growing rampantly and has actually spawned a flower, like those ones there in the background. Some dandelions, some field mustards as well. There's this pink zinnia here, which is probably the first one that I've actually grown. It's starting to straightforward, looking like it's going to be wilting away, I suppose. So I don't know if they're going to be turning into like actual seed heads. This thing here. And then we've also got this amazing looking, sort of slightly magenta pinkish type zinnia. How nice is that? And then we've also got some nasturtiums. More red ones. And there's some white flowers, which I can't remember the name of. There's also those there. There's also more flowers right here. There's some wheat, which I don't think they're going to really work because the hot sun is gone. It's all gone by the looks of it. And then we've also got some more yellow flowers. There used to be some blue flowers, but I think they must have been wilted away by the hot sun. Going around, passing by the dangerous blackberry shrub. There's more of this stuff here too. The onions, they haven't been straightforward, okay-ish. The parsley, unfortunately, has dried up, and I think from the hot exposure to the sun, it really has sort of dried out. You can just see the parsley leaves, they've gone all brown. And it's somehow not a great sight to see. Not that great, isn't it? And then apart from that, we're actually starting to see more in the way of like other stuff too. We've got wild cabbages. There's no more flowers in that thing apart from that there, as you can just see. It's quite a bit of a curiosity sort of thing here because it seems like that I'm not seeing that much stuff, am I? No, I don't think there is. I can't see any blackberry fruits along the way here, although I can see just a few right there if you know where to look. It actually is quite interesting somehow that we're seeing quite a a very merry mix of all sorts of plants that I've just seen and grown. I'm gonna go downstairs. I should try and give way to some bird food because honestly the weather is sort of condensing and cooling down. We are coming up towards autumn time now, and it seems like, hey, summer is straightforward on its last legs. I know it seems a little bit, in fact a lot more sadder than what you might expect, but that's the way it is. And I'm going to straightforward go back to my room to do some arts and crafts because, hey, it feels like I have had enough just touring around throughout this weird demo gardening video. Strange enough, I forgot to transplant those two zinnias. How weird is that? Especially this one right here that hasn't been transplanted, but I think it's going to be way too late, I think, because as we're approaching up towards autumn time, those flowers are going to be gone, done and dusted. I tell you what, once autumn time rolls in, all these plants might straightforward die off, maybe except for the nasturtiums. They might probably self-seed somehow, but I might be totally wrong. Anyways, keep an eye out for that knockoff toy vlog that I might talk about on Thursday the 21st. Because I'm going to do some smashing and bashing and crashing from like tomorrow. To get rid of that nasty helicopter. I might also talk about how knockoff toys have been sold in the UK. And why have I been fascinated with knockoff toys for a long period of time. Because, there's just so many bits and bobs that seem to break off so easily in these things. But I'll tell you what, the more I've just smashed up, the more crazier it gets. I feel like I've got another one of these types of videos coming right up on Thursday, which is going to be really, really special. But you wait and see. Anyways, I'm going to leave this video here. If you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a good like and subscribe for more gardening videos in the future. And as always, thanks so much for watching and bye for now. Well, of course, it's one of those things where I don't usually put up an extra bit on my videos, but it's one of those things I've got to come along and just put up things like that, because I feel like I need to pick up and just add some more things along the way, because obviously I feel like, well, it's just a little bit boring just to have an intro with nothing else. Well, as I was just originally going to be saying, I was going to be doing a vlog, but for some reason I'm actually, I don't know what to really say. I feel like I was going to be doing a smash and crash video on Wednesday, but I've actually decided against it and actually postponed it towards Thursday. And also, I've been actually straightforward. You know how this week has been felt like, just like last week, there's been a massive apocalypse of flip-flap toy reviews, and I don't know when to really stop, because I've been doing way too many of them. In fact, way too often. It seems like that the number of toy reviews I've been doing, like how would I guess, like every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's just way too much. I think it really needs to stop, but maybe you guys who can tell me about it, just please tell me your thoughts about it. Do you want me to, continue doing toy reviews, or do you want me to move on to something else? I'm getting a little bit bored over it. It's just a bit overwhelming. I can't take this anymore. But in that case, hey, if you like them, hey, I'll straightforward, keep on producing. That's my thing. Take care. Also, my eyes are a bit dark. Why the hell am I actually making such idiotic videos? Here you go. Take care. Second inning. Bye.